I don't know how to start this. This is strange. We have here a fishing lure, believe it or not. Here is the action it's supposed to have. This is called a flap tail. It goes through the water and that smacks that, and there's that. That's what it's supposed to do. That's supposed to smack that. We'll see actually. I have never had one of these tied on and I don't know what to expect. Right now I'm just looking if I have anything to make my own with. So much metal working lately due to all of these lure reviews. Look at this. Wolverine triple splits. That's how you know they're serious. So overkill. Heat shrunk hardware to keep things in place nice and stiff. That's the thick stuff too. Is that even heat? Yeah, that's heat shrunk. Where do you even find that thickness of heat shrink material? Probably the hardware store. I've just never bought it. Extended hardware. I think that's an aluminum bushing. It's probably a really long screw eye. But as you've already noticed, this bait is not afraid to reach for the fish. That's like the length of the bait that the rear treble hook's extended off of the body. Come here, Muskie. There's an imperfection in the clear coat, but who cares? Because it's painted black, it has this white dot on the top. I have no clue what that's about. Does that make it more visible to the fisherman? Is that a non-visible to the fish kill dot? I do respect how bulbous those eyes are though. That makes the bait kind of cool. Glass with lots of air bubbles. That's not dust. It happens. I've had my share of air bubbles in the eyes. Oh, there is some detail to this paint scheme. Not only does it have the red chin, this is an H2O tackle Durat flapper, signed RW. I never noticed this till now. It has a very faint, subtle white line along the belly. Details matter, fellas. Looks like there's some shiny stuff, subtle gold. It's just kind of shiny. I don't know what they were going for. I'm sorry, that clear coat imperfection just sticks out really hard. I don't mean to keep showing it. I bought this used from a swap meet for $15. This is handmade. I think this is a piece of wood. I'm not gonna cut it in half to see. How the flap tail is secured is with wire. They made their own swivel contraption with a screw eye, bead, and bended wire. It spins quite free. I don't know if this is supposed to spin. Wow, I'm trying to hit that and I can't. I look so hesitant. I even missed the first try again there. And the spinning hits this, or if it's just supposed to like like erratically smack it. And that needs to be kind of tuned right so that it does smack it. I'm gonna have to get the feel of this quick. And it's like, does this have weight in it? It doesn't feel like it's weighted. It is the shape where it's a flat belly. All of the buoyancy is on the top. It probably doesn't need weight if I go with this shape. Let's play with it in the test tank. What does a flap tail do? Safe to assume we're gonna see some tails flapping. Very buoyant. Most of the bait is sticking out of the water. Oh, it doesn't spin back there. It just smacks that little bolt sticking out of the butt. Is it supposed to dive? It dives a little bit if you give it a yank. Just a slight shimmy. So the bolt's actually stopping it from being able to make a full rotation. The side of the blade, each side is hitting the bolt as it goes. I understand the concept much better now. It comes up and gets stopped right there. And then it comes to the other side and gets stopped right there. Boom, boom. And it just keeps doing that. So that's pretty simple. Everything we're concerned with is back here. We figured out what the heck this even is. So let's go try to catch a fish with this monstrosity. This is a big bait. Maybe a pond bass will bite it, but I have an even better idea. My brilliant idea was the ditch. Such high waters. I will be pleasantly surprised if we actually get something. We're gonna comb the entire ditch. At the swap meet I got that from, the guy was like, just cast it out, reel it in slow, and hang on tight. It's gonna catch you a big one. Fish on right away. I think that was third cast. Oh, it's decent. Oh, it's a good smallie. I'm gonna go down there. Decent smallie. I don't think that would have bit. You know what I mean? I think we would have scared it. But I'm very glad that I caught it. That's a good feeling. Be free. Decent. Epic bait molds prey bait. This design has caught me the most fish out of anything I've ever caught fish on. Very, very quick fish. Oh, another one. That was like 3 casts later. They're biting. Get up here. That one's just as big. It's just as big. I bank flipped him, didn't ruin my bait, hooked him perfect. Woo! Just as big, fellas. So I know the flap tail is for muskie. It's not a fair comparison, but this is more fun. This is more official. This is my channel, I can do what I want. I'm comparing, this is more official. Okay. Should we go with 380 or 45 ACP? All the cool kids are putting these on the back of their flap tails. I could cut down a 223. It's the same size as a 380. That'd be goofy. I could fit more rattles. I plan on putting rattles in it in the 45. I might need to go smaller though. We're gonna lay that a dingus. I have a bit of a drawing for reference, but you know, that's real simple. Probably won't really use it. I'll just look at it a couple of times. Been a while since I've gotten the laid out. Let's hope I don't screw this up. Okay, this is how long this should be. That wasn't ideal. That needs to be way sharper. I've been sharpening these. Let me get some shoes on. I'm just a mess right now. One day. 10:07. This is probably gonna be a one day. That's better. So, we have the body. You know, I could have just taken that off nice and responsibly and not destroyed what I just made. I didn't. I was trying to be cool and I screwed it up. Could have just did that. Now things are getting weird. There's the dingus. So a 3/8 inch bit should be like the perfect fit for this 380. I think I'm just gonna have it centered in the back there and sticking into the bait like 1/4 of an inch and glued in. And then I'll put some copper bearings inside of there so they can rattle when it gets hit. That's gonna go on at the end. Now we need a place for that and a place for this and a place for that. I made sure they were even with a compass. Fancy. They're even. Isn't this a better size? Yes. Yes it is. Tungsten hole. It's not gonna need much because the body is a big cylinder type shape. That's very little for the bait to correct itself. There it went. That's kind of how it will act in the water too. Super glue that in. We're gonna UV coat it back over. I think we're gonna use a Colorado blade, but the blade that'll be off the bottom of this, it'll add quite a bit of weight too and stability. I can't get that to sit right. It wants to do this. We got like a cupped rivet. It's round. Not for long. Where'd it go? There it is. It fits inside. I'm gonna have it in there like that, and then I'm gonna screw it in with a little stainless steel screw and then glue the cartridge in over that. So these copper bearings right here will be able to rattle, and wherever they go, they'll hit against metal. And I kind of hollowed out a spot for one of those big rivets to sink into for the nose, make it kind of old school looking. I think that's it. I got all the holes drilled. I'll figure out the hardware after we paint. Time to seal. I need to calm down. But it's a one day. Dude, I'm gonna try to get some topwater catfish with this thing. I think that's why I'm so excited. Topwater catfish gets me going about the most. Catfish hit topwater different. They roll on it like an alligator. I should hold my horses and not get too excited. They might not be biting. We're gonna try though. Neurotic sanding impulse has stopped. Let's go seal it. Squirt some of that in a cup. I always do now. A nice thin layer, and then I thicken it up. I do a second one. 2 coats for the sealings. That smooth finish before the paint is so important for the overall look of the bait. Starting with white. Dark, this is gonna be a black paint scheme mostly, with like crackled up pink. Chartreuse, and then black and pink are my favorite fishing colors. Probably white after that, and then just flashy silver. But I think black and pink as a topwater color is going to be murderous. I cannot paint a lure unless I have 3 sheets. Has to be at least 3 sheets of paper towel laid down. Hot pink.
Just saying.
And there's some pearl white on the belly, just like that. Boom, there it is. Mesh, wrap her up. That kind of mesh, and we're gonna spray black over that. Hot pink reveal. Ooh. The top is kind of not defined, so I'm gonna spray black back over it, but that's pretty lovely though.
You're bringing in money.
No, I have rent.
The hot pink turned kind of red. That's fine. I don't mind a red eye. Okay, that's how the flapper's attached. I polished up this nice brass Colorado blade. Beautiful, huh? Yep. Okay. There's the flapper with the screw eye attached. All I have to do is screw this whole thing in right there, wherever it needs to go. It's like a homemade swivel with a flapper on it. Clear coat's cured. Already got it on. Glossy as heck. That looks great. Time to assemble. Lovely little fit there. It's gonna slide right over. Sand the edge of this casing real quick. 5-minute epoxies applied to the outside. We're gonna drop 1, 2, 3. That's it. That looks pretty good. There's like a smooth, it's almost like I caulked it, line around the whole thing. I think that's a success. Little 380 butt here. Drilling out a little spot to put the rear hook hanger wire, which is a big, rigid, twisted together 0.04 inch diameter. I definitely need less than that. I'm hearing some clickety clacks. That's good. It's installed at a bit of an angle. That's definitely gonna stop the blade. I just hope it's like correct ratios or room or whatever you need for this to work. I feel pretty good about it. I think that'll work. That wire was rigid enough to just screw in like that, so that goes past the blade just a little bit. That was the goal. Gonna be like that size hook off the back. I don't think any of that will get in the way or tangle. Get the hooks on, test it out. Yet another bait. I was gonna say, this is yet another bait that if it doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably just fish with it and accept the failure. Let's be optimistic. Does it float? It doesn't. You can hear the rattle though really well. It's a slow sink flap tail and it cranks a little bit. Alright, if you reel really slow, it even stays on the top. And we're getting a good knock. It's not just a knock, it's like a maraca. It's like a brass maraca with copper bearings in it. I'll accept the slow sink. That means I don't only have to fish this top water. I can let it sink a little bit and then move it. If they're not feeling the top water so much, all the better. The flap tail works just like the big boy. Nothing new there, except the blade to bait ratio is much more even and therefore I'm getting the crank when I reel. Here's a close-up. That's gonna work good. I am far more confident in this than I am this, even if I was musky fishing. The main character of the show back here stays submerged as well. All of the sound coming off of it was traveling through the water. It was a lot more quiet. That wasn't the case with this one. I was hearing like a very audible, like this blade smacking on that screw, which means it was like in the air instead of the water making noise. I think this will be more noise. Let's go achieve official status. We're still gonna go try to catch some catfish, some pond cats with this. Kind of sprinkling. I think I'm gonna leave the big camera in case it starts pouring. I think the pontoon's gonna get rebuilt though. That's pretty sweet. Will it be one day official on the first cast? I should go get my net. All right, first cast, no net. Living on the edge. It's doing its thing. Ooh, second cast, no net. Naughty. Okay, I'm gonna go get my net. Oops. I need to stop it. It works really good. There we go. Responsibility. Just dropping eggs. What do you know? The catfish just aren't hitting topwater today. Crazy. Oh, how did that fish miss? It was a bass. I didn't want it anyway. It's not a catfish. Weak bite. What a weak bass. Pansy bass. Probably would have been a weak fight. Who wants that? I didn't want that. I'm glad I didn't catch that bass after standing in the rain for a half an hour. Fish on. Right off the point. Stay on. Stay on. It's gonna be official. Whoa. It's official, fellas. And it's not just a pond bass. It's a pond crappie. That's official. Crappie like little flaptails. Musky bait my butt. We just debunked it. Flaptails are crappie baits. Be free. I'm quite happy about that. Tried driving east through all the rain, but it's still raining. Whew, we made it. It's looking fishy, feeling fishy. This could be it, fellas. Big old pikey poo or something. Whew. That looked like a gar. Oh shoot, dude. Missed a fish again. That wasn't a gar, that was definitely a bass or something. Fish on. Feels decent. We get a topwater largie. Yep, it's official. Lake bass, like flaptails. That had to happen, you know? This fish is very warm, a lot warmer than my hand. He wanted his freedom early. I didn't get the slow-mo. Lake bass are more official than pond bass, so that's cool. Another, oh, that was so close. Dang it. 3 other spots were gone too, but the fish churned off. They were done. One day successful. Had to work for it just a smidge. Those bites were few and far between. Missed as many bites as we caught. 50-50 hookup ratio for weak bass. When they hit hard, it hooks them. Flaptail. There's more to do with this design. I like it just as much as the whoopie plooper. Topwater baits are just so lure maker friendly. Action centered around a unique function. They're the funnest types of lures to make even. Not just fish with, but also make. I am in the middle of bait ligation. Baits are getting ligated. Hit the like button for this fella. He would appreciate it. Thanks for watching. On to the next bait. Come here, Muskie. That's supposed to smack that. Boom. It does smack it. Naughty. This is strange. Woo. Now things are getting weird. Hang on tight. Oh, fish, fish, fish. Ooh. I need to stop it.